unless you have questions or comments or snide remarks. All right. You guys are so quiet as if you're just waiting to be taken to prison or something. To step forward, first I look back. And what's been happening in this chapter 4, which is about flow, meaning architecture for fluid flow. So chapter 4, fluid flow. We figured out some drawings based on the simplest possible models. So simplest or simple models. And then, including in the preceding lecture, we made small steps toward more realistic models. We did this because we're self-interested. We're interested really in more realistic applications or things to do with the know-how that's taking shape here. And so more realistic models is the path to applications. And you'll see fruits of, meaning low-hanging fruit on this walk when we get to chapter 5, which is about the same idea, the same path, the same walk through applications that have to do with heat flow, meaning with something that flows but you cannot see it. But the configuring of that heat flow is analogous to what you see in chapter 4, which you can actually see. You can stick your hand in it or the finger and will be swept away by it, right? So applications are okay. The reason why we are not only curious but also end up being full of this feeling of fulfillment. Now, one example of more realistic was the step from the T-shaped flow to the Y-shaped flow, the one with the angle that was an additional degree of freedom. That was just one example. Today, the lecture begins with another step of that simplicity. I alluded to it. If you took notes, some of you were absent last time. It is the reality, the hard facts that Poisson flow, which is the simplest way of treating something analytically when it comes to fluid flow through a duct, that is a valid description if the duct is slender enough. Skinny enough or long enough. When it comes to fluid flow, the flow is like the train that arrives in the train station. The beginning of that is just like the train arriving in train station. You need to stay away from the track. It is cataclysmic. And that shock is known as the entrance region. So every duct begins with an entrance region. And the entrance region is quite different, but once you recognize the difference, you recognize the opportunity. So today's add-on, just like this angle of bifurcation, what is new today is what happens to this know-how if the object is not a long tube, but one that's so short that is in fact as long as the entrance region.